guys. Welcome to writing. Okay, we have a new type of writing to learn today. So far in writing, we've done small moments where you tell stories that happened to you or something that you did. And then we've done informational writing, where you teach somebody about some topic that you know a lot about. Today, we're going to be writing, or this week, we're going to be learning about fiction. Okay? And fiction is what we're most used to. Think of all the stories you've read. Think of Jack and Annie. Think of all of our storybooks that aren't teaching us, aren't real fact books like informational texts, and they didn't happen to you. So this fiction story, these fiction stories, are things that are make-believe, that have characters, that have a problem that they need to solve, and we're going to talk about those different parts of our story today. So I get to call this a story because that's what it is. You guys get to make up characters. Now, if I grab my Jack and Annie book, I don't know where my Jack and Annie book is at the moment, but if I grab my Jack and Annie book, here it is. If I grab my Jack and Annie book, I know that every Magic Treehouse book is going to have Jack and Annie in it. Do new characters come in? Yes, like we found out who that mysterious M person is, right? And we have Peanut in our last few stories, the little mouse. Those are all characters. Those are our who. I'm going to use my pointer because it's a little farther back so that you can see it. It's our who. Our characters can be people. It could be a talking animal. It could be a robot. Our characters in fiction can be whoever you want. We are going to be choosing characters that work, that we'll be talking about in more than one story, kind of like a Jack and Annie series. So think about a character or characters that you can write more than one story about. And this character could be based on you if you'd really like that. Okay? So if you notice, my who is my book going to be about? Who's the characters? Okay? And then next is our where and when. Our where and when. That is called the setting. The setting is where and when the book takes place. Now in our Jack and Annie book, again, they are currently on the moon. But where do they start? Where is their tree house that they go and find that's by their house? It's in Frog Creek Wood, right? It's in Frog Creek Wood. That's where they start their books, and that's where they end their books. In their middle, their setting changes. Okay, and they are not in present time. They are not in the right now. They are in the future. They're in the year 2032. So our when time is 2032. It's in the future. This is a story. This is make-believe. You can make it in the future. You can make it in the past. But you do need to tell me where and when your story and your characters are. Okay, so that's our setting. Now the next big part of a fiction story is the problem. The problem. What is happening in the book? Now, think about this. This is part of a series where they have to find the 4 M things, right? They have to find the 4 M things. They don't know what the M things are, but they know they have to find them. That is their problem. They have to find the M things. And they also have to get back to Frog Creek Wood. So that is their problem. What is going to happen in their book? How are they going to, or what are they going to do to solve this problem? And this problem ends up having events that happen. It ends up they go on, think of them as missions. they go on missions to solve their problem. So in my Midnight on the Moon book, first they had to get the treehouse to the moon, right? They pointed to the book. That was their first event. Then what happened? Then they had to put their suits on. Then, oh man, Jack started to fly away. Annie saved him, but that was a little problem within their big problem, because they still have to find the M thing. Then they got the moon buggy. That's our real third event, is they got their moon buggy. The fourth event should be when they find a solution. Find a solution. And a solution is a different way of saying solve the problem. So then what happened after their problem? What do they do to solve their problem? They're so then. So we need to solve the problem. I think we already know that they're going to find the M thing, and that would solve their problem. And what will that solution do? It's going to bring back our librarian, right? It's going to bring back our mysterious M, because she is in trouble. And finding the four M's is our solution. It is the way to solve all of the problems over the past 4 books. Now, your books don't have to have a problem that goes on for 4 books, but you do need a problem that your characters could solve. Now, do I want you to retell a Jack and Annie story? No, I don't want you to retell a Jack and Annie story. I want you to think of some characters that could go on for more than one story. I'd like you guys to think of your who's, your characters, your settings, where and when is your story going to take place? That's your setting. It could happen in Wellington. It could happen on the moon. It could happen under the sea. It could happen at McDonald's. You choose your setting, because this is your make-believe story. Now, fiction, remember, means not real. So it could be anything that you want it to be, but it does need a problem. What are those characters going to do? What are they going to do in your story? What is their problem? And how are they going to find that solution? How are they going to solve their problem? So you guys need to start thinking about that. This is all you have to do for our assignment today, is start thinking about all these different things, because throughout this week, we're going to break them into smaller pieces. All right, guys, have a great Monday, and I will see you later. Bye.